Hey YouTube, my name's Steph and my partner is a collector, which makes me a collector by proxy. So we finally got to have a board game night with actual people a couple weeks ago, and I thought it would be nice to just hop on and share with you the games that we decided to play for our kind of first foray back into having actual people at a board game night instead of just me and Andrew playing games by ourselves. So yeah, we played with Andrew's parents. It was a lot of fun, but they are not real super into board games. Like, they're not board game people. They do play board games, but they're not like intense like we are, I guess you could say. It's always fun curating games for people that don't necessarily play big games. Like, you're not gonna find them playing something like, oh gosh, I can't even think of hard games. Whatever the hard games are. Like, they're never gonna play Gloomhaven. There you go. That's a game that comes into my head right away. We own it. We haven't played it yet, but his family is definitely never gonna be those people that sit down and play Gloomhaven, Axis and Allies, like big, long games. They're more party game people. So whenever we play games with them or their friends, we always try and introduce them to new and fun games. We've introduced them to Bang the Dice game, and actually a game that we do like playing with them a lot is Snake Oil. But this time we decided to mix it up a bit and bring some different games. The first games I'll go through are our warm-up games. I highly recommend warm-up games. This has worked out great for us whenever we have people over, even for the hardcore gamers. Oh, my cat's talking. Hi, baby. You want to be part of the video? No? Okay. It has worked out great for us to always have a couple warm-up games on hand. The first game that we brought was Fake Artist Goes to New York. This is a game that I really enjoy. It's one of those kind of, I don't want to call it a spy game, but you know those games like a Spyfall, where you have to figure out who the person is that doesn't actually know what's going on. So you're all given a prompt of what it is that you're going to be drawing, everybody except one person who is the fake artist, and you go around the table drawing a picture using one line at a time, and you have to figure out who actually doesn't know what it is that you're drawing. It's a super cute, fun game. A little different, plus you get to draw, which I always love. It is for 5 to 10 people. We did try to play this with 4. Wouldn't recommend it. But it's still a quick, fun game, kind of gets people into the zone of kind of being a bit strategic, trying to figure out how to dupe another person. It's a fun game. The other one, which I thought was not gonna fly at all. I was super like, we should not bring this game. This is gonna go way over everyone's head, and it goes over my head a lot. Not that I'm like an expert at games or anything, but I did not think that this was gonna work out. And the game that did actually do really well, and we played this for a really long time, was The Mind. This is a very like I would say abstract game, I want to say. The concept is a little out there. I am not a huge fan of it, but you know what? When it gets going, it is a fun game. Basically, a deck of cards. You all have a deck of cards numbered like 1 to 99. They get passed out at random. Some are taken out, and you all have to try to put them in order without talking to each other. So it's one of those like ooh, we're gonna read each other's mind, let's get in sync kind of games. It actually really reminds me of a theater game, the Counting to 10. If any of you are theater people, it's exactly like that game. I did not think this game was gonna work out. I think we played this more than any other game, actually. It was a lot of fun, so I was totally wrong. Andrew was right. I've said it here. The Mind, a super fun warm-up game that I was not expecting. Now, the next game, we're getting out of the warm-up games. We had only brought 2. The next game was a game that actually Andrew's mom bought him for his birthday, and we opened it early so we could play it. And this one was awesome. It is The Bloody Inn. I think I posted it a couple times on the Collector by Proxy Instagram. Not only look at this art, the art is fantastic, but the game and the concept is just so cool. It's very small, it's card heavy, but it's very fun. Like, this is the board. It's just a tiny little board. But anyway, the whole concept of this game is you're an owner of an inn and you just keep murdering people and taking their money. Fun. It's like trying to get away with murder. It's like Bates Motel. But like with more money laundering and like hiding from police. It is so much fun, and it's really cool because it's a kind of strategic game where you kind of have to work with the other I call them landlords, I guess, innkeepers, to try and like make money, but you also want to sabotage them because you don't want them to make more money than you, but you'll also like, you can share buildings to bury bodies under, and oh yeah, it's a hoot. It was so much fun. Really enjoyed this game. The Bloody Inn. Another one that we brought, which was just a fun, simple game. I think I've done a video on this one, and that is Kingdomino. Super great tile placement game. A lot of fun, and easy for people to pick up and play. Another one that we played, which is it is a party game. I thought it was a little too out there, but everyone seemed to get it. It is still a little weird though, and you'll tell from the packaging, is Wavelength. Yeah, psychedelic, right? It's kind of the same. So going off that idea of like the mind, this is probably, I guess the idea is a little similar. It's like, are you in sync with your team? So we played 2-on-2, me and Andrew, and then his mom and stepdad were on a team, and it's basically, it's hard to explain. I'll do a whole video of it, but it's like a subject guess the answer kind of game. So you have to see, like, you know, I say, you have like, one thing is more, I have to give you you're my partner, I have to give you an example of something that is very hot. And so I say chili soup. And do you think that I think chili soup is super hot? Or do you think that I think it's more cold? And then you use this cool dial thing to like rank, and then based on how close you get to my actual answer. Anyway, it was a lot of fun. It got a little competitive. But this was probably the most party game that we played, but it was something different and fun, and I would recommend this if you're kind of tired of the same old party game and you're looking for something a little different. And the whole packaging is just freaking gorgeous. I will link actual good like playthroughs, I think, of these games in below, like other channels that have been able to edit like proper, because mine is just kind of like a quick chat review. And finally, the other game I did not get to play, so upsetting, but Andrew learned all the rules for these games, and then I was supposed to learn the rules to this game, but we ended up just watching monster movies instead. So I got out of it, but I do regret it because I know his mom would have loved this game. And that is Photosynthesis. Growing trees and just basking in the beautiful sunshine and then killing other people's trees and taking over the forest. No, this would have been a really fun, beautiful game to show them, but we didn't get a chance. But maybe next time. So those were all of the games that we brought for our little trip. We brought Photosynthesis, Wavelength, Kingdomino, The Bloody Inn, Fake Artist Goes to New York, and The Mind. Some worked out better than others, but that's just a little taste of something that maybe you can try different. If you're somebody that's into party games and you want to try something different, I would recommend Wavelength. If you're looking to foray into some other games, definitely try these ones out. If you're looking for a new warm-up game, I highly recommend The Mind. It worked way better than I thought it was going to. But anyway, thank you so much for spending time with me, and I'll see you next time. Bye!